Anchor Panic might be the biggest disappointment of 2025 for me specifically. Not because this is a terrible game by any means, but more so because in an ocean of mediocrity, there are a few games that truly stand out. And those are the games that often require your attention. These are the games that you should be focusing on, because at the end of the day, why would you invest time, resources, or money into anything else? Why would you waste any of the aforementioned things in a game that is just subpar, in a game that is mediocre? And that's how I felt with Anchor Panic. Not that it was a horrible game, just that it was an incredibly basic, average game. And that just ain't gonna cut it. Now let's go ahead and take a look at why I think that is. Honestly, graphically, the game is pretty good. Like, the character models look pretty good. There are a ton of characters to choose from, all of which are incredibly hot. Like, Alicia, hot. Alice, super hot. And looks great from behind too. Raven, hot. Olivia, super hot. And yes, there are phenomenal physics in this game. As you can see, her hair moves a lot when you rotate her from side to side, which is great. Admittedly though, the characters look better in their illustrations than they do in the actual models, which is just that baffles me. The different characters also have outfits which are so freaking good. Like, y'all have absolutely no idea. Even the SSR characters though look pretty good, which is crazy because so many games have seriously generic, you know, like mid-tier units. This game, it doesn't. This game actually does everyone justice. I think there are even like R tier. Yeah, like look at some of these characters. Look at her. She looks great. She even has her own illustration too, which looks super hot. Like, the characters here look great. In terms of how you go about upgrading the characters, you can level them. Admittedly, the items that you use to level them require a lot of grinding, and beyond that, the items that you utilize to break through the characters also require a lot of grinding. So in essence, you're going to be grinding a lot. The skill items require a ton of grinding. This game is genuinely like, it is a grind fest. Thankfully though, it seems as though you replenish stamina pretty quickly, and that allows for you to grind very frequently. Again, you're just, I feel like most of the game is just grinding. As of right now, I have made it through partially through chapter 3. Admittedly, the story is super disappointing. Like, I'm a huge story buff, so I feel like the story is very much so like something like Apocalypse. If you've ever played Apocalypse, it's you know, like it's a story that's present, but it's a story that doesn't really invoke anything in you. It's just there's so much of it. It's a convoluted mess. It's just, this could all be summarized so quickly, and every single chapter, like, there's just a disgusting amount of it. When deploying your characters, you can deploy up to 5 at any given time. I have a team full of 4 SSRs and Alicia because I don't have a 5th. I wasn't, unfortunately, lucky enough to successfully get 5. There are multiple different facets to battle. There is energy homology, very unusual term here. If you deploy a certain number of the same element operators, you activate the following effects. Here you can see when the team has 2 lightning operators, normal attacks and energy skills apply 1 stack of shock, which lasts a turn up to 5 stacks. So there is a very evidently added benefit to having more of the same element in your respective team, which means that in some instances, the SR characters are going to be more important than the SSR characters because your SSR characters are going to be limited, and if you have an element that isn't necessarily strong against another element, you're going to want to replace them with the SR equivalents. Then there are individual battlefield environments as well. The combat is very basic. It's an idle game, so this is it. I have 3 times activated right now and auto combat as well. I was told when streaming this, I need to use spectator view and then choose the character I want to spectate, and I did. And this is all you see, unfortunately. You see the game from that individual character's perspective only. You can't really see what the other characters are doing because you only see the character that you have selected. Now, if you want to see the other characters' perspectives, you have to swap to them in the order that they appear over on the left. So the pink hair girl over here is coming up next. So I'm going to go ahead and click her. And then after that, there is the white hair girl. So her, and then after that there's Olivia, and that's essentially the combat. It's very basic. You don't really do much unless you want to, and even when you want to, there's really not much, if anything, you can actually do. Special abilities look okay. The character models look decent. Like, for all intents and purposes, this is a perfectly passable idle combat system. You know, it's nothing standout, it's nothing special, but at the same time, it isn't bad, it's not ugly. I did apparently lose Alicia early in the fight. I didn't even notice, but I mean, that's probably because she's an SR character rather than an SSR character, and therefore much weaker than these ones. That's a story. Additionally, there are resource stages. These are pretty self-explanatory: operator XP acquisition, currency acquisition, base construction materials, skill materials, sigil upgrade materials, breakthrough materials. This is where you go to farm the stuff that you need to actually make your character stronger. This is concerning resource drops, material drops, model material drops. And then there are challenge modes. There is the subconscious deep seek, which I haven't really done much of because I don't know, it took a while and I got bored. And then there is the maze. This is essentially you control your character, you move vertically, horizontally, diagonally at some points, and you make your way around this grid field while trying to collect all the different chests, all the different rewards, and then ultimately finish it. And those are essentially the game modes. There is a base, a functional base. I have a dormitory set up. You can go ahead and station multiple characters here. She's fatigued, and you know what? No, who cares? We're gonna deposit our hot waifus there. Her, and her. There we go. You can have 4 operators. No, you can have 5 apparently. Okay. Well, Alicia's fatigued, so let's drop her in too. There we go. You have 5 characters. This is all, unfortunately, I have. This little arcade machine. Alicia is fatigued, but apparently she's bouncing around. She's the most energetic one here. You can pick the characters up. And then, well, I think you can pick them up. Yeah, here we go. You can pick her up and you can just like throw her around into a wall there. Let's pick her up, throw her over there. You can place down objects, couches, chairs, tables. You can populate the dormitory with whatever you want. There are plenty of other things you can buy. You can accumulate resources that you acquire periodically through the day. This is essentially, it functions like any other base in every single gacha game. So you essentially accumulate resources, you upgrade, you construct, and then you accumulate more resources, you upgrade further, you construct more, until essentially the entire base is filled in. Concerning the gacha, there is a newbie banner that essentially lets you re-roll infinitely until you get the character that you want, which is how I actually went about acquiring Alice here, and I appreciate that. It didn't take me long to actually get to. Then there are, after that, multiple different limited banners. There is Karenise here. There is Olivia, who I actually acquired. There is the standard pull, and there is, or standard banner. Then there are sigil banners. 30 pulls required to guarantee an SSR sigil. The limited banners do seem to be shared, so you can pull for either Karenisa or for Olivia. Base rate for SSR operators is 2%. If you don't get an SSR operator in 49 consecutive pulls, you're guaranteed to get an SSR operator the next time. Drop count will carry over to the next up operator pull. When you get an SSR operator, there's a 20% chance it's the current up operator, which means there is no 50-50 in place. At 50 pulls, you essentially get a 20% chance, or have a 20% chance of obtaining the limited banner character. In this instance, it's Olivia, which is really, really bad. If the obtained SSR operator is not the up operator, the chance of getting the up operator next time will increase from 20 to 60%. So then you go through 50 again, and then there's a 60% chance you'll obtain her. And if you fail that 60% chance, you would get her with a 100% chance on the next 50. That's absolutely fucking absurd. In the grand scheme of things, the max pity is 150. That's slightly lower than Wuthering Waves. So realistically, you should get them slightly quicker, but at the same time, not having a 50-50 is wild to me. I would rather have a 50-50 than have a 20-60-100. That's just absolutely absurd. Man, I don't like those rates at all. I don't think the gacha is very good, and I don't think this is very free-to-play friendly. The characters, though, the character models, the live 2D art and everything in this game is fantastic. The outfit, the everything about it's incredibly lewd, very degenerate. But ultimately, there just really isn't a whole lot. It's an idle game that doesn't have many things to actually idle on, which is really weird. I think the shop is ridiculous. Everywhere you go, you see things like this over here. 800% value over further 1000% value. Like, come on, man. Everything in this game is just an active attempt to try and sell you more stuff by tricking you into thinking you're getting it at a great deal. It's obnoxious. It's a lie. And just because other games do this, just because other games get away with it, doesn't make it okay. On the contrary, when I see shit like that, I am immediately turned away from playing the game because it's all a lie and it should theoretically be illegal. Now, let's go ahead here and break down my rating. Content, 2 out of 10. There's so little to do to actually keep my attention on anything going on in this game, which is a genuine shame. Difficulty, 2 out of 10. You let it auto. There's no real difficulty at all to it. Free-to-play friendliness, 3 out of 10. It's not good at all. Gameplay, 4 out of 10. As an idle RPG, it's passable, but only barely. Graphics, 5 out of 10. Honestly, graphically, it's not bad at all. The character models actually look pretty good. The live 2D animations look pretty good, and arguably they are the best part of it. Sound, 3 out of 10, because the sound and the music were just super generic. The story, 2 out of 10. I got bored with this very quickly. I tried it for a few minutes. I went back periodically and I attempted to read through the story, but I couldn't bring myself to because it was horrifically boring. The voice acting, though, I'd give a 7 out of 10. Actually, the voice acting was great in Japanese. The world, 2 out of 10. Everything looked and felt very copy-pasted. There was absolutely nothing worth really getting invested in, and there was no elaboration done. Fun, 3 out of 10. I did not have much fun. Very little fun was had here. Some of the characters were cute, but I mean, ultimately, that was about it. Overall, I would give this 33 hot waifus out of 100 or 3.3 out of 10. I'm surprised. I'm genuinely surprised. I was so excited to play this game. I've been trying to get into this game for so long, but it was such a huge letdown. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you're not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.